Alright, now it's time for something that's just a little bit outside of what I usually do. Today, we will be taking a look at the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord, the 2010 version. I got this through a trade with a very good friend of mine. I traded him my Zeronos belt for this, and I am eternally grateful. So, let's, since this is my first Megazord review, and most likely only, unless one of the ones in the future really catches my eye, I doubt, considering Kyoryuger and Go Busters and Go Kaiger and their tendency to change things around when they bring him here. But anyway, let's move all of them out of the side, and let's go in morphing call order. Let's start with the Mastodon, or Mammoth. As with most Megazords, this thing doesn't have any articulation. Well, it can kick you. This doesn't move. Just these. This is the only articulation on the Mastodon Mammoth. It's mostly because it's clipped on, but it does have some movement. I guess you could ruffle his fur or whatever, make his fur stand up, I guess, if you want. It's your imagination. I do know that I do know some of the differences between this one and the original one from the 90s. This was green. This front head was green to begin with. Yeah. Obviously you can tell from the back that this is arms and shoulders and whatnot. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, it's a brick. Next up, we have the pterodactyl, or pteranodon as it's supposed to be. I know that in the original the chest was, I believe it was because due to limitations in plastic molding and whatever, the chest was, he was really barrel chested. Anyway, just like well, as you know, this is the forms the chest of the Megazord and the back cannons. Only articulation here is nothing here. You can do this. She can peck you, and she can fly straight. Put that back down, and her wings can move. That's about it. Nothing new here. Then we have Billy's Triceratops. Not much to say here either. The difference is there's no wheels on this. It looks like it, but they're just molded plastic. This is severely changed. This was a double barrel cannon on the original. I never had it, just from what I've seen. And it's a whole now because of the whole the whole mix and match Megazord gimmick that they have going now. So this thing can combine with Samurai Megazord, not Shin Keno. But his head can move up and down. These don't come off. This doesn't move. That's all this one does. Next up is its twin but yellow, more or less, the Saber-tooth tiger. Not much to say about this one that I didn't already cover in Triceratops. These were chromed, as were these in the original, and they do move up and down, I guess, for a spiked kick, because that's how it's supposed to be in the Megazord mode. These look like wheels, but once again, it's just molded plastic. Tail, you can imitate the show. The one time that she fired a tail laser. Once again, molded wheels. It looks like wheels, but they're molded plastic, and the only articulation is the legs. Now this is very similar to the Ninja Wolf Zord, kind of, because the Wolf Zord would fold up like this, and then these would go back, but instead you're supposed to push them forward. So let's just set Saber-tooth off to the side. And we'll get the red brick. Tyrannosaurus. You can see the head of the Megazord back here. The tail. If you pull it off of its connector down here, it'll free move. Not much to say about this one. This is just like the other ones. He's a brick. But he has a picture of 2 laser cannons in his throat. He can move up, and his head can move up and down. Open his mouth, nom nom nom. Move his little stubby Tyrannosaurus arms. You can move his legs, but it doesn't do anything because he'll just fall right over, no matter what pose you put him in, unless it's that one. But you'll have to break his tail for that. And the first one I had him in. So, let's get moving to tank mode. Dino Tanken. Fold up the arms like this. Collapse his feet back. Push these forward so he'll be sitting on these two. You take Triceratops, just fold his tail up, and you click him into place. And then you take Saber-tooth, fold her legs up, fold these legs forward 2 clicks, fold the tail up, and attach that right there. Next, Mastodon, you decapitate him. Then you pull his arms out pull his back open like this. I'm not sure if the arms are supposed to open up, or the shoulder pads are supposed to open up like that or not. Then you put his arms, you completely open up his legs, and you fold these forward. Open these up, and they attach right to the back of Tyrannosaurus. And then you push these 2 clips closed. Now you rip off the Pteranodon's feet and attach them like this. Now this is supposed to sit up here, and there we go. Yeah. Not exactly very helpful. I don't know how to do that. I thought there was supposed to be some kind of clips that hold them in. Pull up the feet, the fangs like that. So they're sitting like that. And then you take the mammoth head, and there's a little clip back here. Pull it open and attach his head. Attach the head to the chest like that. And there we have the tank mode. This is almost always used first before going into Megazord mode. Yeah, there's not much to say. He's just a tank. It has 2 main attacks in the show. All the eyes. 2 here, the 2 on the mammoth, and the 2 on the Tyrannosaurus head shoot lasers, or these can fire. So, what do you say? Let's initiate Megazord sequence. You pull the head off here, put it to the side, fold these up, stand him up, and then fold the heads of the 2 feet forward. then you can fold the tail up, because there's a little clip back here that clips the tail in place to hold it there. Next, this guy's actually a bit bigger than I thought he was going to be on camera. Next, you fold the arms down, pull these cannons off, fold these the rest of the way up to cover the clips where the Mastodon head combines into Zord mode. Fold these around to release the fists. Rip open his chest, which is easier if you push these hands up. Open up the chest cavity and push the head into the chest. Pull open the horns from the back. I couldn't see that, could you? Then take Pteranodon back here. Fold the head back and in. Fold the wings in. And then they attach to two clips on the by the mammoth's shoulders. Then you take these two cannons and attach them back here to the front feet of the mammoth. And there you have Dino Megazord. Like I said earlier, he was severely barrel-chested in the original. And this is the 2010 remake, so it's fixed a little bit. These used to be down here. This is still molded in, but they're now clips. These pieces used to go into the backs of the Triceratops and Saber-tooth. Now, with the decapitated mammoth head, we can then pull the clip back out and attach it like this, and with your imagination you can either use it as a shield, a gun, or whatever you want. And then, of course, it wouldn't be complete without the power sword. Very nicely molded, I gotta say, except this was also chromed and it's severely soft plastic here. Just slide that right into the fist. Not much to say. There is some articulation here, but you know, all you can do is break his knees, because knees aren't supposed to go that way. You can move his legs back and forth, and as I just showed you, the arms. Come on, these don't stick into place very well. I don't know if it's just mine, but these joints up here are really tight, so when I first started transforming this thing, I thought I was going to break it. Now, fiddling around with this thing, I found a few different modes that I like. Not modes, made-up forms. One is a new way to store the mammoth head. You fold the head down, the shoulder pad down, and you just clip the mammoth head in there. That kind of looks like the mammoth. Well, the mammoth does form the arms, but yeah. Another one, which would be kind of like an emergency situation if Kimberly wasn't there, or Catherine, whatever. Remove the Pteranodon and attach the head there. Now it looks like the mammoth makes up the entire torso instead of half of it, or instead of just the arms. Another way I like to pull this off is push this head back, push the horns back, release the head, clip it in, and there we have that. Or flip this up because it looks like a robot, really 70s robot head. And then one more mode I like to call full blast mode, or ultimate firepower. Take these, you fold these back out, remove the sword, fold these back out to form the mammoth legs. pull the cannons off the back. And reattach them. Lift up the mammoth head. And there you have full ultimate firepower. So, but that's just my idea for a new little form for him. If the head is already up, you do have to push the head back down to pull this cannon back out. So, that is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2010 Dino Megazord. I only got this because, well, my buddy got the original 93, so he didn't want this one anymore. In all of my honest opinion, even though I never had it when I was a kid, I think the 93 version would probably be better, just because it's the original. But this one is better molded and whatnot, and the Legacy is die-cast. But, you know, the 93 would be very hard to find these days for cheap. So, and a complete one at that. So, this would be well worth your money to pick up. So that has been the Dino Megazord. So yeah, you should pick this up if you like Power Rangers. This is probably, like I said, this is probably the only one I'm going to get because Mighty Morphin was my childhood and I never had this as a kid. So join us next time for something I have sort of done before, but not something of this kind. Have fun trying to guess what I'm going to do. See you guys then. Bye.